Here we go. All right, we're back. This is Sid Owsley from the Determination podcast, the 3Ds to Success, where we share stories of determination determines destination, people who share their stories of overcoming obstacles and challenges in their life. And today we have Ian Harvey. Ian Harvey has a well developed business acumen, a keen eye, and good insight. He is commercially very aware and has the enviable ability to make sound decisions under extreme pressure. He is naturally positive and enthusiastic with an achievement driven disposition. Mixed with his excellent communication, negotiation, and presentation skills, you have someone with the ability to lead, train, motivate, and organize others effectively. He will always show unquestionable determination, commitment, and tenacity, and has a strong desire to succeed. He will always rise to a challenge. Welcome, Ian Harvey.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here again with you, Sid.
It's good to have you back. As a matter of fact, Ian, I want to tell you, you're the very first returning guest to the Determination Determines Destination podcast.
Well, that's because I've got a lot to say.
That's why I approve you coming back, because I know my man Ian will never run out of great and positive things to say. You provide a great service, and why don't you tell us again your story of how you use what I call the 3Ds to success: determination determines destination, to overcome obstacles and challenges in your life.
Okay, well, thanks, Sid. Yeah, let me start off with a couple of things first of all. Because most people say, "Oh, well, we're just dealing with people on the surface." I want to tell you my story, because my story actually started when I was 3, when I had to start to, if you like, take on the battle. And the very first thing I had to, when I was the age of 3, I was actually diagnosed with psoriasis, acute psoriasis. And what that means, I still have it now. Some might be able to see it. I still have all this crazy stuff going on my skin. The challenge is when I actually attracted this at the age of 3, at the age of 4, I had to go to school. And when I had to go to school, children being nice and innocent and what have you, but they give me a hammering. It was like the most horrendous names they was calling me, and it was horrific. I actually, in my first year of school, went home and didn't go back to school for 6 months. I absolutely refused to go out the house. I was hurt so much, innocently. So that was my first barrier I had to go through. And then after about 6 months, my mum said, are you actually going to do this for the rest of your life then? Are you just not going to go out of the house again? And she coerced me to go back to school, which I did. And it was tough. It was very, very tough. So I really was battling really, really young on. But also the thing while I was young is I made the decision, because my parents were absolutely the most loving parents I could think of. But my father worked for the police force at the time, and it was a case of honour rather than income. And the challenge with that is, with 6 children, there wasn't any food left, I can guarantee you, ever. It was a shortfall. And I remember saying to my mum, I have holes in my shoes. And she said, we have to put some cardboard in your shoes because we have no money to get you any more. And I made the decision when I was about 12 or 13, this is not going to be my life moving forward. I am not going to have this sort of lifestyle. When I grow up, have my own family, have my own children, I want them to have a great lifestyle. So I made a decision right then to get a job. And my job was at 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 a.m. and straight to school and again afterwards. And it was working on market stores. And this guy said to me, I said, I want a better life. Not from a loving point of view, but I want to put food on the table. And it doesn't matter if there's a little bit left, I want to put shoes on my children with no holes in them, in the feet. And he said, well, you need to set goals. This guy was a millionaire. So I didn't know anything about goals. And so I told him, I said, well, the only thing I know about goals is you kick the ball and it goes in the net. Yeah. And he's like, no, you have to write them down. Yeah. So anyway, I wrote down what I would like, and then nothing happened. Then after a short period of time, this guy who was mentoring me, he died after a short illness. And so I was just left out there to dry. However, I got to the age of 16 and I hadn't really taken school very seriously. So I decided I'm going to get out of here right now. And the careers teacher said to me, what are you going to do? Because all you've ever done is clown around. I can't tell you a secret. My best achievement when I was at senior school was for 5 consecutive years Clown of the Year. Absolutely. The problem is I left school not very educated. And the careers teacher, I always remember him asking me, he said, what are you going to do now? And I said, oh, I'm going to start my own business. And he's like, no, people like you, you're unqualified, you're uneducated. People like you do not start businesses. People like you do not succeed. And I said, well, I remember Richard Branson. They're like, no. Anyway, he said, I think the best you could do is probably become a chef. Now, don't take it wrong. There's some amazing chefs out there, but you have to have just the one ability to be a chef, to cook something. Well, I couldn't even cook toast. So this careers teacher telling me, hey, you're going to be a good chef. It's like, I'm sure you have to be able to cook to be a chef, Anyway, so I left school and I was only 16. I got a 50cc motorcycle. I used to buy watches from the warehouse, drive to market stores and sell them every day, 18 hours a day. And by the time I got to the age of 19, I had a lorry, I had a van, I had a warehouse, amazing business. I had everything apart from one thing. I had no business acumen at all. I had no idea really what I was doing. I was building this empire, but it was really built on straw. And all of a sudden, the whole thing went as quick as it came. Wow. So the next part of my journey is, I remember actually lying on a floor because I really lost everything and thinking, there's got to be something different. I am not going backwards. So anyway, I actually moved into sheltered accommodation, and this guy came to see me because there was an advert, and the advert said, start your own business, low investment. So I called him up and I thought, I am absolutely going to deal with this. So I called this guy up and I said to him, and he said, I'll come to your house. So I said, oh, okay. I hope you realise I live in about a 2 square foot little sheltered accommodation thing, Anyway, he came to the door, 6'5" and I'm 5'10", and he walked in and went, what's going on? I thought, he scared me right away. Anyway, he went through, this is the business. It's called network marketing. Never heard of it. And he said, to join us, you have to pay £75. Well, understand, I didn't have 1 penny, 1 cent to my name. But he scared me so much is I wrote him a hot check. And I thought, that is going to have more rubber on than the tyres on your car. That's going to bounce back in a dream. But the good news was it took 5 days to clear in those days. Now it's like you got no chance. You can't do a Friday check anymore now. But you could then. And I don't know how, but by the 5th day, I'd earned more than £75, so his check cleared. Wow. And I was more concerned what he was going to do to me. That's what feared me to go out there and do it. But the interesting thing was, he said, I'm going to train you. And I said, well, I have to get a job. And my job, actually, I had to get a job delivering people's mail at the post office. And he said, I'll meet you at 6 a.m. every morning, 4 mornings a week, and I will train you while you're posting people's mail. And he did that. But it got me so pumped up about the opportunity and everything else. He was walking down the street with me. I had travel tickets to go through a travel agent's door for people who were flying that day. And I got so excited, I put them through the Chinese takeaways door that didn't open till 6 p.m. I'm like, cooked. It's like, you are now cooked. So I just went back to the office and I just said, I don't know why I said this because I couldn't afford to, but I said, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm resigning because you're about to fire me. And I told the guy what I did. He said, yeah, I would fire you if you didn't resign. So I said, okay, I'm out of here. And this guy who'd been training me said, you're going to have to come to a meeting, a network marketing meeting. So I was like, oh, okay, no idea what was going to happen next. Never been to a meeting in my life. Anyway, I got there and this very nice lady welcomed me and she said, what are your aspirations? I said, well, I think I'm going to do now, the top level was called a presidential. So I said, I think I'm going to do that presidential thing. I had no idea what I was talking about. And she said, oh, and how long do you think it's going to take you to do the presidential thing? That's what I called it. And I said, oh, I'm going to try and do it in, well, I don't know, a month. I'll do it in a month. And she went, darling, people like you come and go. People like you. Have you got any experience? I said, none whatsoever. She said, people like you don't make it. You won't do it in a month. It takes 3 to 5 years. Anyway, I thought I won't take her best advice because it wasn't very motivating, to be honest. Thought, for a host, she's not really firing me up. I felt like giving them a wrist and saying, hey, I've just given my job up, so, it better work. Anyway, so I went back 6 weeks later and I got recognized as a presidential director. And my turnover in the first year was £1 million and £3 million in the second. Now, everyone was telling me, you won't do this, get yourself a proper job. We all know that job stands for just over broke. I didn't want to be just over broke. That's where my dad was all his time. I wanted to be much better than over broke, so I didn't have a job. But the adversity kicked in, because even though I was proving the business model worked, people were still telling me, why don't you get a proper job? And I said, why would I want to take a pay cut? And they're like, you should get a proper job. And all it's like, no, I'm not doing this job thing. And I haven't. I've always avoided it like the plague, because I don't want to be just over broke. And so from that onwards, I built a massive business. I've been doing this now for 30 years. And during the 30 years, I have seen hundreds and thousands of people have a transformation in their life through joining me on my mentoring program. But was it easy? No. First of all, I had my skin condition to get over. Then I had the condition to get over of the person who's training me died. Then I had my school teacher telling me, people like you don't make it. Then I had the host at the opportunity meeting saying, people like you won't make it. 3 to 5 years. And I remember she said it takes 3 to 5 years. I said, I've got enough wealth for about 3 to 5 weeks, so I'm going to have to get on with this. And she went, The interesting thing was, when I went back to the meeting 2 months later, she had gone.
She was gone.
She didn't make it. And I'm there like turning over at a rapid rate. So everyone has a story. And, you have to be careful how you deal with people, because if you don't know the story, a straw can break a camel's back.
Yeah.
And I've always been wary of that. So, I have plenty of fun, but I always take people extremely serious. I always want to help them. I always want to find out just what it is that's stopping your clock from ticking. Let's find out just what it is, and let's go and fix it. But don't ever prejudge people, because you don't know. I mean, when I went to school, if I didn't have short trousers on, then no one would have known I had this condition, but it was mandatory. You had to wear short trousers, So you never know what's going on in someone's mind. So always treat them the very, very best you can. And just expect this, because this is my motto. Whatever you do with people, expect it back to yourself.
Yeah.
So I will never ask anyone on my mentoring program or anything that I do to do something that I have not done. If I haven't done it, I'm not asking other people to do it.
Yeah.
And that's important when you're getting through the barriers.
Yeah, that's called leadership. You don't ask somebody else to do something you're not willing to do yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So your story is the epitome of determination determines destination, Ian. You heard a bunch of no's, and you turned all those no's into fuel, and turn them into yeses, and prosper.
Yeah. Let me tell you one thing that I was talking about no's, because a lot of the training I did obviously was in network marketing. And now I do a mentoring program, but also train people how to be great in network marketing. And the one thing I always like to do is be upfront with people. And I can tell you a story about how this works. Because when I first enrolled into network marketing, a lot of people were saying no to me. And I did find, I had to have nerves of steel to carry on.
Yeah.
So I thought, there's got to be a better way to do this, because I was sort of hoping for that and getting that, hoping for that. Anyway, so what I always do on my training programs, and I have done when I've built network marketing business, and I built 2 very large network marketing businesses. I always tell people, when they've joined, you cannot sign anyone into your business until you get at least 10 no's. If you sign someone up and you've not had 10 no's, I won't work with you.
Wow.
Because this is the deal. You say to people, oh, yeah, most people will join. You'll be all right. Hey, it's all hype and all that sort of stuff, You go into the real world, all excited, and the first person says, no. It's like, oh. They go to the next person, no. The third person, you're interested? No. The fourth person, I'm sure you're not interested. No, I'm not. Ian, I quit. That's typical what happens. Now, here's my deal. You cannot sign anyone up until you've had 10 no's. So they go to the first person who says no. It's like, yes. The second person said no. Whoa. Third person, fourth, fifth. Yes, yes. Their motivation is growing because you have not sold them a false situation. You are telling them, get me 10 no's. And this is a true story. Someone got to number 6. By the way, not many people at all ever got to 10 before they signed someone up. Wow. This guy went to see someone and it was about $1,000 to join. And this was a lot of money all this time ago. Anyway, this guy sat in front of someone. They said yes. So he tried to ring me. And this is when you only had a phone in your car. You didn't have mobiles, cell phones. It was all wired in. So I was in the house, obviously doing a meeting. And he was trying to get hold of me. Couldn't get hold of me. He rang my home and got my wife. And he said, I need to speak to Ian. I really need to speak to Ian. She said, what's the matter? Calm down. What's going on? He said, well, I've got someone who wants to join today. And my wife says, well, sign up. He said, no, I can't. Because Ian said he wouldn't work with me if I didn't get 10 no's before I signed someone up. And she said, well, I'd sign him up. He said, no. Anyway, I got to my car when I come back to the meeting. And there's a message there, Ian. I said, what's going on? What's the matter? Are you okay? He said, yes. I'm only on number 6, and this person wants to join. They've got all the money. They've got cash. So I said, okay, on this occasion, sign them up. You see, because we were building people up rather than destroying them. We wasn't saying, oh, go and speak to a few people. All happened is get me 10 no's. And they were like trying to get these 10 no's. I got home, and I did have to try and explain it to my wife. So I walked in and she said, are you losing the plot? I was like, are you telling people not to join? I said, no. She said, some guys were on the phone saying, unless he got 10 people saying no, you wouldn't work with him. Okay. Let me explain this, But the thing that I've built my whole career on is tell people as it is. Yeah. Help them, motivate them, lead them. Don't destroy them by giving out bad information. Yeah. And as a coach for over 30 years now, nothing gives me greater pleasure than seeing someone start a coaching program, get on the mentoring program, because I do one-to-ones every week. I don't do the group mentoring. It's like every person who's in my mentoring team has a one-to-one for 30 minutes with me every single week, because I build relationships. I want to know exactly what's making them tick. I want to know what's going to fire their clock back into action again. And so everyone has this commitment from me, because for me, if you're actually going on a journey with someone, you go on the journey with it. You don't do half the journey. Yeah. And it's absolutely incredible, because to see people come out the other side and start to actually develop and start to see them growing in their own business, to actually see them pull a crowd together and fire the crowd up is like, yes, that's what it's all about.
That's great. That's great, Ian. I like that the technique you use with the nose. Like I said, you make them enthusiastic about getting the nose, going through those no's, because it's true. You get 1 or 2 no's. I've been in network marketing. You get a couple of no's starting out, and that thing will crush you. It will crush your spirit.
Yeah. Well, people used to ask me, why are you so successful in network marketing? I said, this is the simplest question you're ever going to ask anyone. I can answer it straight away. And they say, oh, and I say, get me pencil. Wait, hang on a second. They got their pen and their notebook ready. And I simply said, I had more no's than anyone else, full stop. I said, is that it? I said, yeah. I speak to more people. I get more people say no, but I'm interested in the ones that say yes, not the ones that say no. It's fine. I don't care about the no's. It's just not the right time for them now.
That's right.
And that's the truth. Yeah. But on your journey, you have to watch out. And there's so many people out there that are waiting to burst your bubble. Yeah. They're just about to say it doesn't work. And they usually can be people close to you. Yeah. Now, there is this thing, it's called Quicksand. I don't know if you know about it, but it's like a sticky sand. You stand in it and it sucks you under. It sucks you under until eventually it suffocates you. Yeah. Well, I've just added one word on: Quicksand crowd, a crowd of people. And these are the people that are trying to pull you down. These are the people that say it doesn't work. Oh, a friend of mine, you can never be a public speaker. You can't be a mentor. You can't do this. People are pulling you down. But always remember, 95% of the people earn 5% of the money. And 5% of the people earn 95% of the money. Now, which camp are you in? You see, the people, the 95% that earn 5% of the money, they're the Quicksand crowd. They're the people that watch the television same time every night. They're the people that go home and, and watch the news. These are the people that have nothing going in their life. And you know what? A lot of the time, it's jealousy.
Yeah.
They're jealous, and they try and pull you down. So the next time someone says to you, you can't be a mentor, you can't be a public speaker, you can. You can always compromise. Because let me tell you something else. I'm a bit dyslexic. I didn't really do well at school. So I have spoken on platforms with people from 2,000 to 12,000 people in the audience. And I can stand here all day and I'll blast it out because I want to help change people's lives. But if someone gives me a pen and a flip chart or a whiteboard and says, start writing, I'm done. I'm done. Because, you're probably going to have to do this or that and try and work out exactly what it is that I'm writing. Because, there's going to be words missing. There's going to be letters missing. And at one time, I used to go and hide in a corner because I was ashamed, that I had this slight dyslexic and my spelling wasn't the best. And someone said to me, you are transforming millions of lives. Do not let that one hindrance stop you. That's why it's important. If anyone is thinking of becoming a mentor and going mentoring people, find out about that person first. Yeah. Find out what it is. Ask them, now, if I could ask you to do one thing that would scare the life out of you, what would it be? Now, if you said that to me, I'd say, give me a pen and a flip chart. Yeah. But until you find out, you won't. So give everyone good service. The Quicksand crowd are out there to destroy you and your business. And you have to ride above them. Think about the things I've gone through. Dyslexic, skin condition. My best friend who was training me died. My school teacher told me to be a chef and I can't even cook toast. And still I bounce back.
Yeah.
Still I bounce back. 30 years plus of doing this. And I'm still here. And you know what? I enjoy every single minute of it. I don't care whether it's Sunday night, which it is for me right now, or whether it's Monday morning. I don't care. And someone actually rang me yesterday morning at 6 a.m. and they needed some advice from me. Now, I know a lot of people say Saturdays, we don't work. I seen this number. I recognized the person and I picked the phone up 6 o'clock or not because I knew that person needed help. Yeah, wow. That person when I answered the call needed help. And after 25 minutes to chatting to them on the phone, we had a strategy to go and deal with something. Wow. So my message to everyone is treat everyone as you expect to be treated yourself. Treat everyone the same. It's really, really important.
Yeah, it is.
The other thing that I'll just mention to you, because I know we only have 30 minutes this evening, is when you are going after your goal, let's say you're going to have a car, just for an example, for ease, focus on the prize. Don't focus on, oh, how much do I have to do? How long is it going to take me to get this? How long will it take me to be a mentor? How long will it take me to be a public speaker? It's irrelevant. The reality is whether you want to be a public speaker, whatever it is you want to do, a mentor, that is your goal. And then you go and do all the research and the training to get there. But you don't think, how much training is it going to take me? How long is it going to take me? You get the goal, you get it fixed, and you do nothing apart from focus on that goal and go to work and make it happen. Do not focus on, oh, well, it's going to take me 16 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours. Focus on the goal. It will come 10 times faster.
That's right. That's so true, Ian. There's a video that I made on my channel that speaks to what you just said. I talk about commitment versus interest. And when you're committed to something, the goal, the why is what you're focusing on. And when you're interested in something, you start to say, as you said, well, it's going to take me 10 years to do this, or I have to do that to get, and that's what throws people off, And when you're really committed, you focus on your goal.
Yes, absolutely. You've got to be laser focused.
Yeah.
No barriers. That's where we're going. We're delivering. Not just like, hey. It's like, no. Write it down. Get your goal down. Get your mentor. Get focused and go for it. Keep your vision on the goal. You see, because if you play a football match, you don't run towards the goal backwards.
That's right.
Right? Because where am I? You have no idea what's going on. So you turn around, you focus on the goal, and you can see exactly where you're going. And you don't think about, how many times should I kick the ball before it's going to go in the net? You charge like crazy with that ball. And when you get the chance, you whack it in that net and you get your goal. But too many people think about, how many steps will it take me to kick this ball before it goes into the net? The problem is with that is while you're thinking about that, everyone else has gone past you.
Yep.
And the ball has been taken away from you because you've then become part of the quicksand crowd yourself.
Right. I like that term, the quicksand crowd. They're out there.
Yes.
And Ian, I want you to speak on why it's so important to have a mentor, especially, dealing with that quicksand crowd. Tell us about why it's so important to have a coach and mentor.
Okay, well, I've had a mentor for over 30 years. And the reason I've had a mentor is because it keeps you on track. Because, we all set off on a journey. And as the journey goes, it sways from side to side and things don't always happen. Having a mentor, a hands-on mentor, means that every week you can get to discuss where is your goal, where are you up to, what are the curveballs, what is really hitting you, help them through the quicksand crowd. A lot of people who you think are your friends are your enemies. It's guiding people down the whole track. It's not just a case of like a quick short burst. It's a commitment from the mentor to say, I am taking you on the journey. I actually do turn some people down because I know they're not ready yet for success. Mm-hmm. But a good mentor will go through A to Z of everything you need to do, and they will keep you accountable. And when you have a bad time, they'll pick you back up. Here's how I pick my guys up on the mentoring. I know we've only got 1 minute. So everyone has a one-to-one with me, 30 minutes every week. I don't care if I do 100 one-to-ones. Everyone in my team gets my commitment. However, someone could have a one-to-one with me on a Monday and have something that they've really knocks them off track on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So all of the people in my mentoring team have an emergency button. And if they get anything comes up during the week that's knocking them off course, we don't wait another week. They hit the emergency button, which books them an immediate 15-minute appointment with me. And they can do that 50 times a week as far as I'm concerned. Wow. They get an appointment immediately. So everyone gets 2 things. They get one to book their weekly one-to-one, and they get one which is an emergency button. Because if someone sees me on Monday, something goes pear-shaped on Tuesday, I do not want them waiting a week because they are immobilized. It's like, hit that button, that emergency button, and we are going to have a conversation today. And that's really important because I don't just mentor, I actually build relationships, and I want every single person in my mentoring team to deliver exactly what it is they're after. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did, Ian. And that type of access to a mentor for a lot of people is so important because, like I said, as they're on their journey to achieving their goal, they're going to have roadblocks. They're going to hit barriers. They're going to have the haters, all types of stuff is going to happen, and they're going to need someone to bounce things off. And many times people will go to the quicksand crowd for advice, and they just sink and disappear after that, you know. So having you there to as a lighthouse and a lifesaver, a goal saver is very important. And I want everybody to know that's why I've already talked to Ian, and at some point in time, very soon, I will be joining his coaching program because I have goals I want to achieve, and I've spoken with Ian once before on one of his free consultations, and he's phenomenal, and I know that he can help me achieve the things I want to achieve. And so as we get close to wrapping up, Ian, let everyone know how they can get in contact with you so that they can, uh, book a call with you and get to know and understand how you can help them.
Okay, so you can see on the screen, my website address is ianaharvey.com. If you just actually go to that website, you'll see a big button on the page. It says book a free consultation. And I give everyone a 30-minute consultation. And the reason we do that is you might not want to work with me when you realize the rapid pace we go, and I might not be able to take you on your journey. So we have a 30-minute consultation. We discuss exactly what it is you're looking to achieve. If we go ahead, that's fine after them, but everyone can have one free 30-minute consultation, no questions asked. Just go to ianaharvey.com, book your own appointment, and I will see you there.
That's awesome. And I really encourage everyone to take advantage of that. Like I said, I've talked to Ian. I've had the free 30-minute consultation, and he really, really does take you through a process of really vetting out what you want to do, seeing if he can help you, seeing what you're all about. And I came away from that knowing that, that I will be joining his program. And so I really encourage everyone to take advantage of what Ian is offering. And it's been great having you on again, Ian. And I'm pretty sure that I'll have you on again sometime in the future.
Third time lucky.
That's right. That's right.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much for hosting. It's a pleasure.
Always a pleasure having you on. And this is Sid Owsley from the Determination Determines Destination podcast, the 3 Ds to Success. You can take advantage of a free offer that I have on my website, sidowsley.com. There's a free gift there for you to partake in, a free report on how you can align your goals with your values, because it's very important to make sure that the goal that you want to go after actually aligns with your beliefs and your values. So check that out on my website, sidowsley.com. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel with the 3 Ds to Success. Like, share, and comment. And again, have a great day. This is Sid Owsley, and I'll be back at 4 p.m. today with another episode. So be on the lookout for the YouTube link for that episode. Thank you and have a great day.